Hello, world. Dorothy Dottie or Dot. My name comes with options, and I'm a homeless caregiver. How I got to be that, I'm sharing my story. So, today is chapter 9, I believe. See where we leave off the two episodes in December. So, after my mom's third episode at the end of December, my mom comes back home. And they did prescribe her a mental health medication, her third time visit to the mental hospital. They did prescribe her medication, and it kind of worked at first, but after maybe about coming back home and taking it within about maybe 2 weeks or so, it was wearing off and not working. So she, around late January, February time again, she was basically doing it again. Like, the medicine didn't stay working. She was doing it again. She was like the first 3 times just kept on, like the Energizer Bunny just kept going and going and going. Wouldn't stop talking, wouldn't go to sleep, wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink water, wouldn't do nothing, just kept going. Again and again, she was still hating me. She still hated me for no reason. She's, again, not her fault, but she still, again, hated me. And now this time she didn't beat me up. She didn't beat me up this time, but she still was very aggressive, very, very much not liking me still. And it was so bad to the point where I couldn't stay at my apartment with her during the daytime sometimes. It got so bad to the point where I during the day, I had to go. And I didn't have anywhere necessarily to go. I ended up, and I didn't have a car at this time still, but I ended up Ubering. I would get an Uber to just go to the mall that was like 20 minutes away from me. So, because I live where there's a mall not far from where I lived. And so I would go there just to walk and clear my head and pray and try and figure out what to do. But mainly I just needed a couple hours away from her because I had to at that point. And so and one day when I go to the mall, I'm walking around, and it's funny, I meet this woman there. Like, I'm walking in the mall, and there's a lot of mall walkers there that just like walk up and down the halls for exercise, and I'm obviously not looking like I'm great. So, and I walk past this woman, and she notices how I'm looking kind of sad and everything. And she stops me and asks me if I'm okay and everything. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going through really, really hard times right now. And she and I get to talking. Complete stranger, but she stops me, asks me how I'm doing, and we get to talking. I tell her about what's going on a little bit, and we end up having full conversation. And it turns out that she loves Jesus too, and so we get to talking about everything, and then she invites me to just walk with her in the mall and continue talking, and we do. We continue walking along the mall, and we're talking and getting to know each other, and she's getting to know me a little bit. And she's an older woman. She's an older woman, so and it was great. She was so kind and could see that I was going through really hard times, but she was impressed with what I was doing, taking care of my mom and everything. But she was so kind and sweet. She said, "Do you need something to eat? Like, I can take you somewhere to get some food if you're hungry." And I was. And she took me to the Chick-fil-A that was in the mall parking lot, and so she got me some food, and she got me a $50 gift card to Chick-fil-A. that I could use so that I could get food in the future for myself if I needed it. And I definitely needed it. I did end up using it. So that was just really kind of her. And she ended up dropping me off back where my apartment was. She even gave me a ride home. That was so sweet of her. I still have her phone number, and we message each other every once in a while when we can. She's not from the area, but she travels. So God really sent me a good friend to meet and just talk to. And that was really cool. God sent me a cool friend to help me out in that moment. But then later that night, when I'm back at my apartment, that same night, my mom made me put on my jacket, but she did not give me time to grab anything. But later that night, when sun has set and it is dark, my mom is so angry that she makes me put on one of my jackets, and she shoves me out of the apartment and locks me out at night. And I didn't get to grab my keys, my phone, my wallet. I didn't get to grab anything, but she gave me my jacket and shoved me out. So I ended up walking far, and I ended up walking back. I walked far, and I ended up running back, and I was laying there on the floor, on the ground, the concrete ground in front of our door at night, and it's dark, and I'm just laying there crying, like, and it actually came to my mind, King Hezekiah in the Bible. He got sick and he was crying to the Lord too. And it came into my mind as I was laying there. It's like, Lord, like King Hezekiah, I'm not sick, and I didn't do anything, at least that I know of. But Lord, please have mercy on me. I just laid there and I cried, Lord, have mercy on me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I've done, if I've done anything, but please forgive me and have mercy on me. And again, he did. One of our neighbors that lived above us, she comes over when I'm, and she taps me and says, hey, you okay? It's like, yeah, my mom just locked me out, and I don't know what to do. I don't know. So she's like, come on. She invites me to her apartment. She feeds me dinner. She gives me a pair of her pajamas to change in, lets me sleep on her couch that night. And it comes to find out, I told her what my mom's acting like and things like that, and that she did have a car accident and everything else, and these are her behaviors. And she told me, because she's a nurse that works with dementia and Alzheimer's patients, she told me that, yeah, she probably has Alzheimer's. That sounds like sundowning. So my mom was sundowning. At least that's what it seemed like at the moment. So after meeting this woman that graciously took me in when mom locked me out at night, I met her, and what she told me, that started my next mission of what to do to take care of mom. I had to educate myself on dementia, Alzheimer's, because it just matched how she was behaving, what this lady was telling me. So the next morning when I wake up, I thank her for helping me out, and I go downstairs to check on her again, and she actually lets me in. She actually lets me back in the morning, and how that ended up, I'll have to tell y'all in the next chapter, because basically what's next is me doing research on how to take care of her and be a better caregiver. But that'll be chapter 10, what happens next after she locked me out. See you next time.